Good morning, everyone. Riley Foster here. Foster's Custom Steel. What? Maybe not custom steel today. I got this set up in my little classroom that we installed last year. And I'm going to try to do something today. Actually repaired those little cracks right there and filled them in. I'm going to do an epoxy pour, which if it comes out great, you'll see it. If it doesn't, I'm going to scrap this video. This is the first time I've tried this. And that is a really nice slab of black walnut. I actually picked this up about 2 years ago. It's been in storage. I sanded it down multiple times and then put a glaze coat on it to use it as a sanding sealer to get it sealed up real good. But boy, the wood's beautiful. Thought about doing just a regular urethane. I've done that. Not terribly successful, but I'm hoping this is going to be ready for the art show coming up, which is 18th and 19th of this month. Today's the 6th. About 2 weeks. And so this is in a nice, really nice warm room. I've had it in here for about 2 days running it with this little heater. So it really feels good in here. Could be in a t-shirt. So I'm gonna put this on a tripod and we're gonna get, oh Lord, we're gonna give it a try. Worst it can do is not work, and I will not be happy with that. So hold on, I'll let you guys see it. And again, if it works out great, you'll see it. If it don't, you probably won't. All right. As looking at all of these instructions and directions, I'm a guy. Read about half of it and say, yeah, we'll wing it. So it says, these are 16-ounce bottles, and it says right here that 16 ounces will cover 32 square feet. I find that hard to believe. It would have to be paper thin. So again, I'm going to mix up a half of each, and that should give me 16 ounces. That is not 32 square feet. We're going to mix it up and see what happens. That's why I got this big sheet of material down. We're going to get a lot of runoff. Oh, and by the way, FYI, if you try to do this, make sure this table is level. I put a 4-foot level on it and made sure it was level. Had to shim it up under with tubing and cardboard and stuff. If it's not level, you ain't pouring straight, and it will run off to one side. This thing takes a fair amount of time to level off. So I'm gonna mix this, and let's face it, that's not very exciting, so I'll be back shortly. All right, we're back. Took about 5 minutes to mix this stuff up really good. And I did about a half a bottle of each hardener and the epoxy. Got a nice putty knife. And yes, I did watch a few, thank God for YouTube. I did watch a few YouTube videos. I tell people, you want to know how to do something, you turn on to YouTube and you watch about 6 or 8 guys, maybe 9. There's a few idiots. There's one missing an arm or an eye, and then you find a couple of them that are really good. Found a couple of guys that were pretty good. And excuse me, we shall see how this works out. So again, if it works out great, you'll see it. If it don't work out so great, you won't see this video. So we shall see. I've been mixing it for about 3 or 4 minutes. They say I've got plenty of time. Well, again, Mr. Impatient here, my wife will tell you, and anyone else that knows me, I have My patience are shot. I don't have much patience. So here we go. Let's see what happens. You might say we're in it now. Again, fortunately, this stuff, it doesn't smell that strong. It's not like a acetone or lacquer thinner or something. Lacquer thinner, man, you gotta have the windows open, a hot day, and humidity, exhaust fan running and everything. This actually isn't too bad. Now, I wouldn't want to wear it for cologne. Oh wait, I don't wear cologne. So. All right. Put that over there. Guys, let's see what this spreads out like. We're gonna find out. Again, I'm a welder, have been by trade for years, and I consider myself semi-retired. Well, for the last 20 years, when you get to do what you love to do, and you make a living at it, there's where you're going to be the happiest. And this is not what I do for a living, but I wanted to give this a try. I have a large metal cabinet that was built in the 70s, and I turned it into, it's either going to be like a kitchen island or a foyer table or something like that. And then this will go on top of it, and it hangs out about a foot on each side or on each end. And if this comes out good, it should be really a good looking piece of furniture to take to the art show. And again, if it doesn't, I'll wind up sticking it somewhere, because I am not going to sand this off and start over. Now, the guy that I watched on the YouTube video said the best thing to do is get the top level out there, right up to the edge before you start letting it run over. That way you can control a little bit of that edge so it doesn't make a big mess. Well, it's going to make a mess, just not as big a mess, I guess. Yeah, there it goes now. So I'm going to start pulling it over the sides. And that's what that sheet is on the floor. I'm going to let that thing make a heck of a mess. And I'll, excuse me, I'll have to go back behind myself and clean the bottom off, because it's going to have a bunch of drips hanging off of it. And this fits right down flat on a cabinet, that metal cabinet. And I painted that cabinet with a really dark paint, and then I left the drawers red oxide primer and clear coated. So it'll be a little contrast. And again, if this works, you'll see it. And if it doesn't, you probably ain't going to. It actually looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to pour pretty good. Make sure. I hope it does level. I'll get it right down to the bottom there. I don't know. We'll soon find out whether it starts leveling up. again, Mr. Impatient here, so. Otherwise we just wait. Well, it looks like there's enough material on the top to work with, so that's good. Boy, if it turns out the way I'm hoping, it is absolutely beautiful right now. And the whole object is to keep that liquid look. And again, they say take your time, but boy, that's one thing welding will teach you, is you gotta slow down sometime. Just like this, you can't rush this. My dad did a lot of woodworking in his shop, and I never picked it up that much. I've done some woodwork projects, but nothing like this. So we're going to find out. I imagine we're going to let it set for a couple of days. I'm going to leave the heater running. Let's get this corner. Good thing I put the drop cloth down. Phew! It is going to make a heck of a mess. Yes, it is. Yeah. Boy, that's going to be pretty if it'll come out the way I want it. Try to work everything up to this end. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to turn this off, the video off. You guys get the gist of it, what's going on here. And I will come back to you. I'll lay that right there. I'll come back to you just in a little bit, see how it turned out. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. I don't know. It says if you have any bubbles, you take a propane torch, which seems kind of dangerous to me, but it says what that will do is that'll get all the bubbles out. I didn't see many bubbles, but there are a few. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can literally watch them. Huh, now, that's pretty cool. I'm watching the bubbles fall out or bump out there. You jackass propane torch. Starting to level up nicely. Looks like it. I don't know how it's going to work on those sides. They look to have runs in them. We'll soon find out. I guess it'll be probably tomorrow before I can see how it looks. Boy, it takes a lot of bubbles out of this thing. I did not know there was that many bubbles in it. I'm sitting here watching it through the light, and there's just endless amounts of little bubbles popping out of it. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. I don't know about those sides. The top is starting to look really good. I don't dare touch it, but boy, I'll tell you what, the sides don't look good at all. If there's any way to soften those sides, they look to have a bunch of runs in them. Vertical runs. And vertical runs on a horizontal board are going to be tough for them to run out of there, I guess. It ain't going to run horizontally. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Drop back here just a minute. Yeah, we're at 15 minutes on this thing. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. You guys let me know what you think down the bottom. You remember you got to like, share, and comment. I realize this ain't welding, but it's going to have a metal base on it. Try to get you a look in the lighting. Let's see here. You can see all those, they're kind of ripples and stuff. They say those will level out. And boy, if they do, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, either a kitchen island or a foyer table or behind the couch. I don't know what they call those tables. So guys, remember to thank you very much for watching the video, and like, share, and comment. And hopefully this will turn out good, and I'll let you know when I put it on the cabinet. So just remember to thanks and have a great day.